Dools!
Has.
The Daniel Radcliffe starring action-crazed Guns Akimbo has officially hit VOD. We've seen it, we're reviewing it. But until then, Dools, just roll the intro. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the More Cops on Duty podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Harry. With me, of course, is the Ron Weasley to my Harry Potter, Edward Dools, Dooley Dools. How you doing this fine evening?
How's
fine
it?
morning?
If I'm feeling, yeah, it is the morning. It's a weird time to record, but if I'm feeling especially disgusting and filthy about myself this morning, and just want some hangover food to kind of, satiate that feeling, what would be your go-to? Tell me.
My go-to hangover food, I always have dumplings. Because I feel
You
like
love
it hydrates
dumplings.
you.
You're obsessed.
I do, but
I don't
it
know if that's a good
hydrates you,
hangover
even though
food, though. I feel like I need something greasy.
it's easy to eat. But you can get, of course, like a Big Mac meal or something like that, or a couple of quarter pounders. You know what I mean? But I reckon because dumplings, you feel a lot less bloated after. That's why I go for it, and it's easy to eat, and it's always tasty.
And you're a steamed dumplings kind of person, aren't you?
I'm like I differ. Like it depends on it. Like I always like a good pan fried dumpling every now and then. You know me. You know me, Dools. You know me. I do have a steamer in my house that I steam dumplings regularly. Fucking regularly, Dools. Like, geez, run a chain off that bad boy. Especially in isolation as well. Like, there was literally a week period where I ate nothing but dumplings. It was crazy.
That's insane, but I appreciate that.
But now...
And they were homemade?
Yeah, but they were homemade, yes.
Impressive.
They weren't great, but, like, they're getting better each time. They're getting better each time.
It's an art, man. It's an art. Is it that you didn't perfect the pastry, or maybe the filling wasn't amazing? Or
the dough is a bit too thick.
Yeah.
I was like, it becomes a bit chewy, and I was like, okay. But then I made it thinner, and it's made it better, and then I got to work on the filling a bit more.
So it would probably just be the dough consistency and texture, and then just steaming time. I think you got to get down.
Yeah, you know what? There's dumpling houses that literally they make the soup and they make it into a gel, right? And then they put it in the dumpling, and then steam it, and the gel melts, and that's how the soup is in the dumpling.
That's so interesting.
It's a little gel cube.
But wouldn't that shit just fucking squirt out into your eye the second you bite into it?
No, it's just soup.
Yeah, right. But I feel like a liquid. But is it like a liquid filled, or it's a gel? You're saying?
It's like a zhanglong bao. Is like the normal pork dumplings is like pork and soup.
Oh, okay.
That's how they get the soup in there. It's like they make.
Well,
it into
I'm not
gel.
researching dumpling procedure and culture at God knows what hour like you are. So I mean, I'm not privy to all of this, but I appreciate that. You found your niche. And,
Dools.
All right, so I'm not going to get dumplings. You haven't really helped me here, but I'll figure something out.
What do you feel?
I don't know, man. I had a burger last night, so I'm not going to go to Macca's, but I don't know. It's getting to like that brunch hour. Do I just want?
You know what I'm thinking of? There's this particular butcher that both me and you like, and after this, I'm thinking about going up there, picking up a few of their flavored snags, and just frying
the Mexicana you mentioned.
BBQ.
Are a good one.
Those are unreal. They're like
spicy
and everything.
Oh, I love a spicy snag.
Yeah. Oh, those.
You like a spicy sausage, Haz?
Sure do. But also, like, shout out to Chugga Charlie's. It's basically next door to that, or across the road from that.
Oh, fuck, you know what, dude? You know what? A schnitty roll from Chugga's could fucking sort me, actually.
Oh,
Thinking about it.
Yeah, I'll be here if you want to pick me up on the way.
Could do.
Just is what it is. But Dools, until then, let's say that an average Joe just stumbles upon the podcast called More Cops on Duty on Spotify, has no idea what it is. How would you describe it to this poor man?
Well, if we haven't scared them off already into thinking that we're just alcoholics that only discuss day after plans, I'd tell him that come on back, come on in, where we talk about films, TV, games, whatever makes sense at the time. This is one of our spin-off review episodes, not Mall Cops Prime, which normally comes out on a Wednesday. But so yeah, today we'll be reviewing Guns Akimbo, as you mentioned. Yeah, we're on socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean has. So I think have I covered everything?
You've nailed it, Dools. You've nailed
Perfect.
it. You forgot to mention one crucial factor. We are internet's #1 film, game, and TV podcast. But everything else, Dools.
Only when your internet's down in your area, we're loaded on your phone, we're automatically #1.
Yeah.
So that's
exactly.
how it works.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't have to, explain the stipulations, but they're there.
I mean, no one's actually refuted our claim yet that we are.
We've gotten some emails.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just trash them straight away.
Yeah, good. Don't want to hear that negativity.
Dools, as you did negativity, we got emails from the listeners a couple of weeks ago, and you literally just attacked each one of them.
Well, has they need to be put in their place with their, incorrect opinions? And by the way, that is a thing. People can have incorrect opinions, and I'm here to tell them that.
Dools, as you did allude to, today we are going to be reviewing Guns Akimbo, the new Daniel Radcliffe film, action crazed, seems super low budget but super fun. Came out VOD, was a very short cinema run because of the coronavirus, of course, but it would have been a short cinema run anyway. It's very low budget. But we've now seen it. We loved the trailer. We're a big Daniel Radcliffe fan over here. We're Camp Radcliffe. But Dools, as a whole, before we go into it, we should say that we're about to go into full spoilers and everything like that. We're not going to hold back, as every review should do.
It's a review episode.
So if you haven't seen it, it's only, I think it's $6 on Google Movies to watch, to rent. Go do it and watch it and come back and join the conversation. But till then, Dools, what do you think of it, overarching?
I hate to say it, but I'm just gonna have to say right off the bat, I would contest that I would endorse renting this film and paying any form of money for it. I don't think it's worth your time or money, unfortunately, and that's what we're here to tell you. We're still gonna go into it and talk about the film, but just got to be honest with the audience. It's not a very good movie, and and you actually thought it was a sci-fi film at first, which was interesting.
Yeah, because I was liking it to think I read a review of it last night to prepare for this, Dools. And one person said, it's an original idea. It's not an original idea at all. Do you remember the movie Gamer?
I do. You fucking took it words out of my mouth.
It was Gamer. It's literally Gamer.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought sci-fi.
That was
Gamer is definitely sci-fi.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
And Gamer is a lot better than Guns Akimbo, putting it out there.
Yes it is.
But that's how I correlated them, and I was just Gamer's sci-fi, but Guns Akimbo's not sci-fi. I get what you mean. But yeah, I hate to agree, Dools, because I know we don't agree on much in life, in opinions. But I have to agree with you. I think this is it has fun moments. The action's fun. There are some funny moments, but there are a lot more cringy than funny moments. But overall, it's got zero substance.
Yeah, it's all style and there's no layers to it. It's all top level kind of action, and relies on visual kind of storytelling. But even that's nothing spectacular about that anyway. So it's if all you're relying on still falls short of what you're trying to deliver, then you don't really have an impressive film at all. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, should we just get into the plot and what it's about? And
we are. There's definitely going to be areas that we liked, of course, but as a whole, that's just our opinion. But yeah, so let's go into the story as a whole.
So basically, to be honest, you're not far off with the sci-fi thing. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia plot. It says is in an alternate near future is what they apparently say. So, I mean, that's not science fiction, but I guess it's maybe a little dystopian, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But still.
nothing really struck me as being futuristic, I guess, with the exception of this criminal organization kind of running amok. But I mean, I didn't really see too much technology that kind of...
No, but I reckon that could happen nowadays, especially in like places like Russia.
Yeah, I mean, the only really advanced thing I saw were those drones that were following everything. But I mean, that's a thing now, so...
Yeah, but like there was that news story that came out a few years ago that Russia was creating a TV show that was literally the Hunger Games. So they were renting out an island and they were putting like 100 people like to die. So like this could happen in Russia, like 110%.
Dude, I mean, would you pay to watch Russian Hunger Games? I probably would.
Yeah,
Russian Battle Royale, fucking hell. Airdrop them in there.
but bunch of bears.
yeah, you throw in some fucking panthers and shit, just to mix things up. So basically follows Daniel Radcliffe's character.
I've got a little synopsis if you want me to read it outdoors.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So Miles, as you said, Daniel Radcliffe's character, Miles is a video game developer who inadvertently becomes the next participant in a real-life deathmatch that streams online. While Miles soon excels at running away from everything, that won't help him outlast Nyx, a killer at the top of her game. That is the entire fucking film, alright? There is no...
You've seen the film. You have seen the movie. Watch a fucking trailer. They'll probably show you parts of the best action sequence in the film, and... You've seen it, or just or watch a clip online. The film's out, so I mean, there's clips would have been uploaded.
Yeah, Daniel's character Miles. So he works at this video game company that he hates because he's got a boss that he doesn't love, and he's working on a project he doesn't believe in. That's not an original story, but it's fine. Like we'll run with it. Like we know this movie's just made for fun. That's what it boils down to.
But shouldn't that mean we should have had fun?
You're alluding to something that is very correct, Dools. Very correct. I hate to say it, but right now you are correct. I hate to say that, Dools. It burns.
I just felt that I could feel the strain in your voice when you said that. You like shuddered when you said it.
Oh yeah, gross. But yeah, then he goes home and spends every night trolling people on the internet. Is how he said it, and he's just literally like aggravating streamers and everything like that, and he finds Schism, this online tournament that's like a deathmatch that's streamed online. So 2 people go in, 1 person comes out, and he starts trolling them in the comments, so much so that the admin contacts him and is just like, and threatens him, but he's a keyboard warrior, so he threatens him back, and then next thing they know, they turn up at his doorstep and they bolt guns to his hands and put him into the deathmatch. That's the movie.
That's the movie, and then basically, I think the top player, so to speak, is then, she's like, because I think they kind of pick up these criminals who, and then this is like their shot at, I don't know, freedom, I guess. I mean, because these, these people are beholden to Schism and have to pay their, debts by participating in these death matches. And Nyx, played by Samara Weaving, I think is her name.
She's Australian.
Is she? Yeah. Well, this is a New Zealand-made film, so you've also got Rhys Darby in there, who
was awesome. He was the highlight of the film.
Yeah, he was funny. I wouldn't have minded more of him. I mean, he would have been awesome to be like one of those guys that pops up at the end out of nowhere and actually saves the day or something. Like that's what I was expecting. I was like, surely they're not just done with him. But anyway, so Nyx is basically tasked with hunting down Miles, and then they're basically pitted against each other, and things happen. The movie progresses and follows story beats that aren't really interesting, and then it gets to the final showdown. They make a truce and they take out all the bad guys together, and there you go. That's it. The movie.
It's crazy, but what do you think of Radcliffe?
I actually thought, I think he's done... So this is just another example of how he's just picking roles that are just fucking weird and quirky, and I think this is just to kind of build up a repertoire of, I'm not Harry Potter. Like, do not typecast me as the boy wonder, whatever the fuck. Look at my range, and I think, the dude would probably know a good script when he sees it, and he's just like, well, this is just so fucking bonkers and stupid. Gives me a good opportunity to kind of like, diversify my portfolio, so to speak. So that's probably why he jumped on it. And, he is picking largely... I don't think he's done a blockbuster since Harry Potter. I think he's only really been in small, independent, kind of like those film festival type films. Like, the other notable one I can remember is Swiss Army Man.
Which was great. I loved Swiss Army Man. It was very divisive, but I thought it was brilliant. Yeah,
really, really good in that.
I'm looking up his filmography, by the way.
And then there was another one which...
Horns. He did Horns.
Yeah, Horns. I never saw Horns. Did you?
Yeah, I liked Horns. I thought Horns was good, but again, like, it was very indie-ish.
But there's also one I'm thinking of where he plays like a neo-Nazi or a skinhead or something. And I remember that being one of his first projects when he kind of came back on the scene, and I was just thinking like, wow, he really wants to fucking convince people he's not Harry Potter. I thought that was like a bold move.
2016 he did Imperium.
Yeah, okay, cool. Did that get good reviews? Completely.
It's funny. I haven't seen it. I own it on DVD though.
Of course you do. I'm also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also looking at this just impossibly large collection of DVDs has in his room, and goodness me, I would wager that you've only watched 70% of those. By the way.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Is that would that be close? So Imperium's 85 on Rotten Tomatoes. 85. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I might watch it.
Yeah, that could be. Oh, and Toni Collette's in it. That's cool. She's in fucking everything, dude. She's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, it's true. But
so that is back to Radcliffe. That is one of the saving graces of the film. I think his performance is good and convincing, and I never once thought of Harry Potter. Like, he has a convincing American accent. He plays this, convincing at first docile kind of game developer, and then slowly, you believe his, I guess, transformation. Just, that's just a credit to his performance, I guess. And, he's got that motivation of getting his girlfriend back or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, so I think he was pretty good. Samara Weaving's character I just thought was a bit over the top and dumb, and quite frankly annoyed the fuck out of me. Rhys Darby already touched on. He's like a homeless dude who... the scene of where he's force-feeding him... Well, not force-feeding him, but feeding him the hot dog was disgusting and hilarious.
Yeah,
I was like cringing watching that. I was like, fucking hell.
Where he's like, that's been there for 8 months or something.
Been meaning to throw that out.
It's good to get rid
of it. So he was a bit of fun, that character. And then, you've got the main villain, Richter. And he's like this fucking skinhead dude that's got a bunch of tattoos all over his face, and he just looks like an absolute nutcase. And I don't know, he was just another kind of over the top comic book.
He's a generic
villain, but I think that was obviously what they wanted to go for, because the film is trying to be its own video game. And they make these lame fucking video game references constantly. It's like, dude, like, you got to imagine, like, if you're trying to make that movie, then you're probably familiar with games, and I understand that you're probably just trying to make these top level references so that everyone can get it. It's like when Daniel Radcliffe literally says, like, I think Nick's asked him, it's like, well, imagine if this was a video game, what do you think we got to do next? And he's like, jump on the bad guy's heads and get gold coins. It's like, all right, dude, all right, good, good fucking line. Who the fuck wrote that line and thought that was a great line?
A movie that had the same sort of concept of like video gamey to bring into mainstream and like for a film, that did it really well was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Okay, so that is one very good example. That has top level references, but at the same time is also like respectful of, doesn't fucking disrespect like, actual gamers like knowledge or fucking that kind of thing. So I mean, like, I would, fucking someone should have the balls to actually, make a movie like that and kind of like, go deep on those references, like just fucking commit or do something else. But so I mean. It's not a brand new concept. It felt a little death racy at first. That first scene where we're watching Nyx fight off these dudes who are in a car and they're just shooting back and forth with each other. I was pretty into it at that point. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like, if we're gonna get some death racy type stuff. That first
How
Death
dope
Race
was
movie,
Death
dude.
Race back in the day?
Dude,
Oh,
Jason
so
Statham.
good.
Yeah, fucking, it was pretty sick. Yes, I mean, it just nothing felt original.
No, not at all.
You know, the action was good. I mean, the last half hour, you know, there was some fun action or whatever, and it gets a bit gory. And if you're into that, then you know you might find. You know, I feel like it doesn't waste your time. At least it is a pretty quick movie. It's like just shy of. Well, I think it's just over an hour and a half. So, you know, a lot of movies I feel like can't justify their length these days. Are a bit too bloated. So that is one thing. Like its pacing's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Any other thoughts on performances?
No, I
story
agree
beats?
with you. I agree with you almost like literally everything. That Daniel Radcliffe I thought was pretty good in this. That like he didn't take me out of the film at all. I believed everything that he was going through, everything like that. I thought he portrayed. I loved the scenes where he was just in the robe and he looked like a crazy lunatic.
Yeah.
I thought that those were great.
Actually, sorry
yes.
to interrupt real quick, but I do.
No, go ahead.
It's coming to mind. It was like a BuzzFeed article from like 2 years ago, and it's like, what's happened to Daniel Radcliffe? And it's a picture of him, which now we know is from the set of this film, but it was at the time where he's in that robe with those fucking giant bear claw slippers and two guns in his hand, looking like a meth addict because you know his eyes got these bags under his eyes and just looking crazed. And there's just this hilarious out of context photo of him in that getup. And it's like, holy shit. And like people were like, I'm not even sure if like, where are the cameras? Like, is he shooting a movie or? It's like, so it's good to have the context. Thank God he didn't veer down the treacherous path that many other former child actors have. So it's good to see that he's not completely lost. Sorry, Haz. Please continue your train of thought.
I thought he was pretty damn good in it. But I agree with you with Samara Weaving. She was just a forgettable sort of sidekick that was like, you know, a badass sidekick that has like. They try to make her have a backstory, but I thought that was so lackluster with the father. Just like, I'm her dad, and now I'm dead. It's like, what are you talking about? I thought that was shit. The villain was generic as hell, but like, I guess that's what they're going for. But you come to this movie for the action, right? And the action was decent to say the least. It was pretty good. It was pretty unbelievable by the end where he became a fucking marksman. Fuck Daniel Radcliffe, but you know it is what it is. I have to agree with you, Dools. In terms of our final verdict, I don't think I could recommend this movie. There's just nothing to it. It doesn't feel like a complete waste of time, but I wish I didn't pay money for it. You know, like that. This is a decent. This is a decent Netflix watch if you've got absolutely nothing else to do in your life. Like if you are,
if you can watch it for free on free in quotes. I mean, you're already paying for the streaming service, but if you can already watch it on a streaming service, then you know, I think give it a go if you like. Just you know, it's quick 90-minute action romp. You might find some enjoyment in it, but I mean, don't expect some very thoughtful piece of cinema.
Exactly, Dools. Exactly. And with that being said, Dools, do you want to take us home?
Yes. Thanks for joining me on the on this episode. Which numbered entry is this, Haz?
This is number 55.
55. Fucking hell. Look at us go. We'll be in 100 in no time.
No time.
Thanks for joining us on episode 55 of Mall Cops in Review. Please join us again for Mall Cops Prime next Wednesday, and then Friday we'll be doing a review of a little sneak preview of the predecessor to a highly anticipated sequel, which is coming out June 19. PlayStation exclusive, big title. We're very excited to jump back in. I'm going to be doing that shortly. And,
I wonder what it is. The sequel comes out this date. It's a Sony exclusive. I wonder what it is.
So we'll see you for those, and thanks for stopping by.